Hey, welcome to this week's episode. I'm Paula Williams.
And I'm John Williams.
And we are ABCI, and ABCI's mission is
to help all you ladies and gentlemen out there in the aviation world sell more of your products and services.
Absolutely. So we've had a couple of episodes where we have talked about startups and side hustles. We talked about my experience as Higgins, taking care of high-end properties and horses and dogs and animals and things like that. And John's side hustle, or actually startup experience.
Yeah, I jumped in with both feet and paid the bills for 2 or 3 years.
Right. And then we had an episode where we talked about a whole bunch of different ideas. So hopefully there is one or more that appeal to you. And if you are in the aviation industry and want to start a side hustle or a startup, there are a ton of different great opportunities for you. So, it's just a matter of picking one and putting it together into something that hopefully you will love even more than being somebody's employee.
Exactly.
Some of us are just not cut out to be employed, except by clients, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we put together a bundle of services for startups and side hustles in the aviation industry. And what it includes is a number of things that we wish that we had when we started our businesses. Mm-hmm. Some of which worked and some of which didn't. And when they didn't work out, it was usually because we didn't have enough customers, and usually because we weren't doing enough sales and marketing at the time. So what this includes is 6 different workshops that we sell separately to different people for different reasons. So, you can always go and get our strategy planning and budget workshop. And whether you're working for a big company or a small one, those are things that have worksheets and other things that are really helpful for you, and you can just go do that. If that's all you need, that's fantastic. But if you are in a situation where you're doing a startup, you need a lot of things to happen fairly quickly, and you don't have a lot of time. So what we want to do is make this as easy as possible to get up and running as quickly as possible. So the first thing we do is a starter website. And a lot of people think, well, I could just use social media. I don't really need a website in 2021. I don't really need a website nowadays. The problem with that is that social media, you're not going to have as much control over the way that things are portrayed. The social media companies are not in business for you. They are in business for themselves. So if they change their rules or anything else, you're stuck with what they have, right?
Yeah, and if that means they eliminated your source of whatever you put on social media, you got no backup.
Exactly. Or if they cancel your account, and this has happened with a few people that we know, something has happened to their social media account, whether it was an accident with them, or they hired somebody and something went wrong, or whatever the situation was, and their account actually got deleted or canceled, or something got disabled from their social media account. This is a third party that you don't have any control over, and there's usually no recourse if something goes badly. If you have a website, then you have backups and you have control over this real estate. And actually, a lot of companies that you are going to want to do business with, and a lot of people that you're going to do business with, aren't going to consider you a real company unless you have a website. And you just had a incident with that just recently, right?
Yeah, I'm working, doing business consulting for a client, and they want to talk with one of the larger mainframe companies in the world. Mm-hmm. And when I got to the company, they said, well, we need a website to prove that you're in business. I said, say what? That's not how really, that's not how you prove somebody's in business, but that's what everybody thinks these days.
Right. If they can't find you on the web, you're not real, right?
That's what I was told.
Yeah. So what we do is a 5 to 8 page website that includes the basic information about your company. It is going to be a beautiful website, of course, because this is what we do for aviation companies, and the fact that we're in the aviation industry, we have a lot to work with. That is beautiful. So we put this together for you and with you. We help you design it. We are not finished until you're happy. And we make sure that this is something that's going to represent your company in a way that you're going to be happy and proud of. So it's super simple because you're a startup. We want to keep the cost low and everything else. We also put together your company social profiles on all of those social media. Now, in spite of everything I just said about social media, they are a great way to find audiences that are already there about a particular topic. So if you are into agricultural aviation in Indiana, or the VIP aviation in Los Angeles, or the fracking world of the Midwest, or whatever it is that you're into, there are groups of people that are already assembled on social media that you have access to by just putting together these profiles and making yourself known to those groups.
You just don't want that to be your primary thrust.
Exactly. So the ideal thing is to publish materials on your website and then syndicate is the word that we like to use in the aviation industry, but it just means copy what we just did on your website onto your social media profiles, so that you're showing up in all of those places in formats you can control and in formats that get you the reach that you want, right?
Yes.
All right. Next thing is prospecting. How do you find people that are good prospects for your product or service? And if you're new to that part of the industry or anything else, then there is some research that you're going to have to do to get a top 10 list put together and to start reaching out to those folks. So this will help you put together your top 10, your top 100, your top 500, your top 5,000. Depending on your business, you may need one or all of those kinds of lists.
And social media is a very good place to do it.
Yeah, and we do use...
It's called data mining.
Yeah, we do use data mining pretty heavily in this workshop, and we help you every step of the way. So we call them workshops. That means that you are putting in some of the work and we're doing the consulting, and we're helping you every step of the way with every question that comes up.
Yep.
All right. Strategy planning and budget workshop. It is very important to have a strategy, a plan, and a budget for your sales and marketing. In fact, if you're going after investor money, this is an absolute essential to have a marketing plan and those kinds of things. And this really helps you put together that piece. If you are not going after investor money, then you even more have to know what you're doing, right? Mm-hmm. Because you're the only one that knows your business. And so, if you have a plan, you have the option to make changes as you need to, because you know what you need. And you know what the implications are as you go through this and make changes, which you will. Right?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Personal branding. Very important, because most small companies and startups rely pretty heavily on the credibility of one or more of the founders. To be honest, there is more branding done, personal branding done often, than actual branding. You're not Coca-Cola, you're not Harley Davidson, you don't have that kind of marketing budget, so you need to be the one that's doing the public speaking and writing the articles and getting on the podcasts and doing the legwork to get known in your industry. And some folks are really, really kind of born comfortable with that, and some folks are not.
But you can learn it.
But you can learn it, and you can get better, and you can become the rock star of your company and the one that everybody trusts. And
currently, public speaking means Zoom.
Right? If there are no
meeting.
events, then a lot of cases these are virtual events, and so you're doing virtual speaking. So
which makes it a lot easier to get into, because you don't have 1,000 people standing in front of you or sitting in front of you. Mm-hmm. So you get used to this, and then when the things change and they get invited to go speak in front of a bunch of people, you're good.
Yeah, and then you can respond to those requests for speakers, requests for papers, and other kinds of things. So all of that is covered in this workshop, so that whatever events there are, you'll be ready for, right?
Yes.
All right. And our marketing lab. This is cool. I really enjoy these people, because this includes all of our clients. We have a private Facebook group And
Well, all of the clients are invited to it does not mean all of them are there.
that is true. There are some folks that are just not Facebook people, and that's okay. They come to our breakfasts. When we start having breakfast again, they will come to our breakfast. And
Well, what she means by that is when NBAA starts having a real session, we always have a breakfast at one of those.
Right.
Each one of those.
we're hoping this year in Las Vegas
Yep.
in October. So that will be fun. But regardless of where and how it takes place, this is a group of people that really supports one another and enjoys one another's company and answers one another's questions. And it's great to have a group to run people by, to run things by, to run ideas by, and say, is ad A or ad B more effective, and those kinds of things. Who are really people in the industry.
Or you've got a problem with how to do A, B, or C, and they'll say, well, I did it this way and that didn't work. Try it this way.
Right. So we have a book club. We have live discussions once every 2 weeks. And, we really do, I think, cover a lot of different topics and enjoy each other's company.
And it's not just books. They alternate. One's about a specific book, and the next one's about business, basically.
Yeah, a business or sales or marketing topic.
Right.
So, yeah, that is a great opportunity to meet other people in the business so that you don't feel like you're in it alone. And you really have the opportunity to see how other people have succeeded or failed. And to follow in their footsteps or not, as you see fit, right?
And they're a bunch of good people. It's a fun group.
It is. It really is. That's one of my favorite things about my job nowadays is the folks that we work with. All right. So that's what's included in the bundle. And you can, once again, you're welcome to purchase any of the components of the bundle. If you just need one thing, no problem. But the bundle is a much better price.
Oh, yes.
And also, we do a consultation at the beginning when you make that purchase of the bundle and put those into a priority list. So we say we should do this, and then this, and then this, and then this, based on your objectives and where you're starting and your priorities.
So we give you a strategy for the first 5 or 6 months.
Absolutely.
And then help you with the tactical solutions to each.
So it's a 6-month program. It takes our most successful folks that have done this are spending 3 to 5 hours a week working on these projects with us and making sure that they're getting all of these tasks checked off and everything else. And by the end of that, you'll have a very robust sales and marketing program that would rival any established company in the aviation industry. So all of those things will really put you far ahead of the game in terms of having a stable, reliable source of revenue because you've got a stable, reliable source of customers.
Absolutely.
All right. So thanks for joining us. Go sell more stuff.
The industry needs the business.
Absolutely. And it needs your business. So start one.
Stay healthy and happy, and we'll see you next time.
Absolutely.